Hey everyone, and welcome to IG8Live Esports. This evening we're live with L2S F2 Esports League for round 8 of 15 for the Singapore Grand Prix, and we're just into our one-shot qualifying session here right now. We got 21 drivers are going to be on the grid for this race. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this is going to play off through. So let's get on through with the qualifying here. We're following on with Infamous SMG right now. He's getting through Sector 1 here right now and seems to be running in second place just behind Lando out there, who's currently ahead in the qualifying lap. So let's see how this is getting on through and what our starting grid is going to be looking like. Us, I think it's going to be a bit interesting, especially when we get into the race session. Let's see if we can switch on through to whoever's out front, which seems to be Lando so far. He does seem to be getting the fastest lap time going on through. We got Beer running in second behind him with Royal Harvey there, and Desinio in fourth, Spooner in fifth right now. Let's see if that's going to finish on through in the same way or not, or if that's going to be a bit of a switch. We got Beer taking over the lead of the qualifying lap here right now. Let's have a look on what his side is looking like at the moment, as we're going into Sector 3 in just a bit here. And it's going to be a bit interesting to see what our starting grid will be looking like. Of course, remember guys, it's not a very long run getting down into turn 1 for this race, so it's going to be a bit bunched up. We're going to have some contact between cars, and we might have a few incidents happen on the opening lap itself here at Singapore, and it's going to be a bit interesting to see how that works out. But so far, Beer seems to be on pole for the fastest lap in this session so far going through. Let's see if that holds on through as he goes to the end and hopefully doesn't invalidate the lap. And I don't see actually anybody invalidating the lap or getting disqualified from qualifying as yet. All 21 drivers are still in this as they're pushing on through, and it's going to be quite an interesting race with a very, very tight track here around Singapore, much like Azerbaijan and Monaco. So let's get on through to this, and we got a 150.1 there from Beer, and Royal Harvey goes second with a 150.5, Bulltex King with a 151.3, Spooner the 151.388, just about 600 of a second time difference between the two of them. A lot of 151, 152s going all the way down, and a few disqualifications on the qualifying laps as we get on through there. And I think just Bollocks there yet to make his lap time, probably having a slow lap going on through. And let's have one final look at our full qualifying results and what our starting grid looks like before we get on to the feature race. And remember guys, we're going to have a 50% feature race, and then we're going to have a 50% sprint race after that with a top 10 reverse grid start. So let's see what it was here with Beer starting on pole. It's going to be Harvey starting in second, Bulltex King in third, Spooner starts fourth, we got Ian starting fifth, Desinio is going to start in sixth, John Banter starting seventh, Dikunda there in eighth, Slayer in ninth, Wayne Bennett in 10th, Infamous starts 11th, CDM starts 12. We got King Schemo starting 13. Laurentio starting 14. J Sarge in 15. Callum in 16. GTF Fanatic in 17. We got Ace versus King. He's starting 18. Lando Bot there in 19. Bollocks there 20th. And Friends there in 21st position. So that's our 21 cars that's going to be starting on the grid, guys. We're one car short of a 22 grid start here. That's unfortunate because I have to be in here to just stream and commentate the race. So not any more room on the lobby for anyone else to join on. So unfortunate for that, but we got a full grid of 21 drivers, and we're about to get started with a 50% feature race here, and it should be quite an interesting session. Hey Gamer EPK, thank you for the donation there. Really appreciate the support on the channel, and I hope you enjoy the commentary. Alright, so let's see, think about, everyone's about to get our setups in, and we're just about to get started here right now with our opening lap. So let's see how lap 1 is going to go on this one here. Thank you very much for the donation there, Gamer PK. Really appreciate that. I really appreciate the support, and I really hope you enjoyed this stream as well. I know you enjoyed the previous stream that you did catch me doing on the other channel there, and you did catch the end of that one. So hopefully you enjoyed this one, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the other races that we're gonna have here as well. In the Discord, if you do check it out, there's a stream schedule. I think it's there still. I'm not sure if I left it on, but it should still be there on what my stream schedule usually looks like for the course of a week. But I'll let you know more as we get on through that. All right, so I think we're about to get started here. It's going to be a 17 lap race for the feature race, guys. Remember, it's Formula 2, not Formula 1, so it's a bit shorter than what we're used to. We're on the formation lap here right now, and our formation lap is basically where everyone just gets a bit of a practice start. They get to drive around the track for just one last time before getting started with the race, and Yeah, just to get the tires warmed up and get everything up to temperature before we do get started, because you do not want to start a race on cold tires. It's really not going to go too well. It's going to be very, very limited grip on that Kong. So 21 cars on the grid and a really good qualifying session. We went through just a few drivers had some disqualifying laps, but unfortunately, but that does tend to happen sometimes. If you do invalidate a lap, you get disqualified from the signings with that. So we got a really good grid to start off, at least for let's see how top 10 is going to get through opening lap here. We're already in sector 2 getting around, and well, thank you very much, Gamer APK. I'm really glad you enjoyed the commentary better than the actual F1 commentaries. Yeah, actually, I've enjoyed doing these race streams a lot recently, because it's a lot of fun on my end. I don't miss Formula 1 doing this either, because I do about at least 8 to 10 streams a week, so it's a lot for me. And yes, it really doesn't make you miss much. So and then we do some Formula 2s every Tuesday. I'm keeping on with the Formula 2 league, so yeah, at least you can have one Formula 2 league a week and have that race. And when someone is getting into the barriers down in the back there, hopefully they didn't take any damage off of that, because the worst possible thing you can have right now is your car taking damage during a formation lap. And I think that's the worst possible thing. You're having your car taking some damage during a formation lap, and then you have to get onto grid for the start of the race, and you cannot change the front wing at that point. And if it's severe damage, you're going to have to just be doing a pit stop on opening lap, and that's really going to cost you quite a bit on that account. So let's see what's going to happen as we continue on through here right now, guys, because I think we're in sector 3 where we're going to be getting wrong in just a bit. Yes, Gamer, formation lap does have damage. As far as I know, they do have the damage on, so it's even in the formation lap. If you hit a car in front of you, or if you hit the barriers, you are going to take some damage on your car, and it's going to affect you all the way through the race, because it's going to cost you a pit stop if it's some severe damage. So as far as I know, it should be on the online lobbies as well, because on the career mode you do have it on. If you take a damage there, it does actually count towards the race. So let's see how that's going to go on through here right now. I never tested it through, but some minor contact shouldn't really cause too much damage or cause any damage. But if it is a major contact with the wall he had, probably would have taken some damage on that. So far, we're not able to see that. But anyway, let's get some stats up on screen. We're going to put on lap data and just keep this to position change for the interval. So, and leaderboard is already getting a bit mixed up, guys. So just ignore the leaderboard for now. If it does get mixed up with the grid, we're going to ignore that, and everyone's starting to get their revs up, and we're going to get started. Let's see if Royal Harvey is going to have a better start here than Beer getting into turn 1, and we're just about ready to get guys going, and here they go right now, and Beer has the outside. Let's see, he does get a better start and gets up way ahead of already. Oh, and we got, let's see, a bit of minor contact going through the first turn and turn 2 as well. As you can see, penalties are already being handed out, because we have some severe collisions happening down in the back of the grid, and everyone gets through pretty well so far. Every car is still into the race. I think there was quite a bit of contact as we went through. We see a lot of position changes on track, which means we did have a few contact. Laurentier, they're having a penalty already in the race as we get on through here right now. John Mazza trying to get past Ian here for P6, and will he take it on the inside? No, he actually holds it off right now. And then we got, I think, Decona and Slayer down in the back here, pretty close after each other as they're pushing on through to get side by side and get up a position there. And I think that's Slayer holding on to P8 for his life at the moment, because he does have a car in front to worry about as well as they continue on through. Beer leads the race with Bulltex there in second, and Royal Harvey lost the position down into P3 he goes, and he's trying to chase back for that position there right now. Let's see if he's going to get up or not. Lando back there getting pretty close to Ace versus King for P14, but Lando, I think, is trying to get up a position himself. He's going side by side right now with Ace, I think that is there, and he gets up, keeps 14th position. Let's see, Lando has the inside, might try, and has a spin, and he's going to have to be very careful of getting back on track right now. And he's going to get back going again, but he's going to be losing almost all the positions that he had there, all the way down to 20th right now. It looks like he might be losing position to Wayne Bennett as well, but looks like Wayne is going to keep it there right where he is right now. Going back up at the front of the grid right now, Royal Harvey running there in third. He lost the position at the start of this race, and still has it going though. He's chasing down Bulltexing for second place, right where he started, so he wants that position back if he can get it, but he's going to have to push and try to get a position up here. Let's get on the tires as they are at the moment. So majority of our cars are on these super soft tires and running. We got Beer with the fastest lap in this race so far, as Royal Harvey might take it on the inside in turn 1. Looks like he's going to try and go side by side. Will bull testing and gets up position. Let's see. Oh, now actually he's going to have to hold it back. He's not able to get that position up as yet. Because not has a bit of room to work with, but just doesn't want to take the chance of risking pushing on through and taking damage to that car. He's actually very, very close. One of the closest gaps I think we have on track here right now, but I think he's going to have to hold it there for just a bit and see if he's able to get that overtake done. On lap 3 of 17 right now, guys, and running through. And yep, damage is on full here. So it does depend on how hard these guys actually hit against each other. So let's have a look at Boltex here right now. Doesn't have any damage on his car. I'm just looking at front wings for damage at the moment to see who has any damage going through. We got Spooner chasing down. Why is my leaderboard getting mixed up right now? Oh, I think I just switched off for just a bit. So Spooner is chasing down John Banter there for P5. Let's see how that's going, because he's looking to try and push a move on the inside, but has to hold it back for now. He's not going to be able to push that through as yet. We're still trying to look around to see if any car on track has any damage, as these guys are getting through here right now. And so far so good. I don't see any end plates missing off of these cars, as everyone's getting through pretty well. But we know damage is turned on to full here right now. Yep, it is great game that we don't have dirty drivers in these leagues, but these guys kind of filter that stuff out. We do, these esports leagues tend to have trials with drivers before they actually allow them to race in a race here. They don't just allow each and everybody to actually get into these races. To get into these leagues, you have to actually go through a trial and get that done. And they usually approve or disapprove of your racing, and then they allow you to actually participate in a race. And these leagues have a lot of different rules. So if there is dirty driving, these guys do have a report room in their Discord, the league Discord. At the end of the race, they actually can report incidents that the game didn't give penalties to have penalties removed, or have a penalty given to another driver for different type of racing or causing an incident on track. That does tend to happen after the race, but we really don't focus too much on that on stream. But I'll be doing something to cover that kind of stuff later on, maybe just like a post-race update, and be able to cover incidents that did happen. At least a day after, we'll be able to do stuff like that and get that information out to viewers who are not in the league's Discord, so they actually can have information on what happened after the race between drivers and whatnot. Because that tends to get a bit heated sometimes, as does Real Formula 1. So we got CDM trying to go side by side, trying to get up a position with GTF Fanatic here right now. Let's see how that's working out with him, because also in the battle with that is Orlando there in P17, as he's trying to get around GTF Fanatic right now, but GT holds on to P16, and CDM is fighting it out for P15, is trying to stay out front at the moment. And Orlando looks like he has a good run on GT to get by, and looks like he might try to take it on the inside. Let's see how that goes. He has to get a good run here, but quite a very tight current to get around here, and I don't think he's going to take the chance of trying to push for that move. And he's still going to chase him down. Out front, we got majority of our cars right now are starting to build a bit of a gap, at least with our top few cars. Beer still leads the race with his senior now running in second. We got Bulteskin running P3 at the moment, and we got John Banter in P4. He's about 1 second behind Bulteskin. Ian there within a second of John Banter out front, and we're going to have a look at what's happening with that in just a bit, as Lando is trying to get past GTF Fanatic. Both of them still going side by side a bit. Let's see who comes out of this one. CDM still holds on to his 15th position as it is right now. Lando looks up, he gets up into P16, and he's going to try and hold that position up. Let's get out in front with Royal Harvey there in P6. Remember, this guy started down up there in second place, and he's all the way down in 6th right now and running. And we're currently on lap 4 and going through this race. Hey scientists, thank you for joining on the stream. Has been a while since I've seen you around, man. How is it going, and how is everything with your league going as well? I haven't gotten a chance to watch one of the races. I'm not sure if I'm in the Discord still as yet. Oh, and we got somebody getting into the wall down in the back, taking some damage. Obviously there, that was Spooner. And let's see if he's missing part of his front wing as yet or not, because I know he took a little beating on that wall. And see, he is coming on through here right now. And yep, he is missing an end plate on that front wing, and he's still trying to push on through for an overtake against Dikuna, trying to get a run on the outside, and looks like he gets that position up into 9th place with a damaged front wing. He's pushing on through and still goes side by side with Dikuna. Going to keep trying to keep that 9th position for as long as he can right now, but we'll have to do a pit stop maybe soon to get that damage taken care of. And got 2 cars chasing him down right now, both J Sarge and Spooner chasing down Dikuna and trying to get his position up at the moment if they can. And a bit of a switch happening all around as these guys are fighting it out for that position right now. Oh, and J Sarge is out of the race at the back there. That's going to be a safety car. He is out. Let's see if we can have a look at his car as we get on through. I think his car might have disappeared on track already. Let's have a look. Oh, there's his car on the side of the track. So that is J Sarge out of the race here right now. One driver out. We got Infamous out as well. I didn't even notice when he went out of the race. So two drivers out of this race so far, but the incident with J Sarge has caused a safety car to happen on a lap 4 here of 17. And unfortunately, he's going to be out. So we can't do anything about that. But Beer continues to lead this race right now. Is this safety car going to trigger any pit stops? Let's have a look from the overhead camera. We'll see if anybody decides to go in for a pit stop at this point. Okay, where you believe damage is on now. It was on the original screen before we started to look to the game. You get to see the game settings that the guys have, so you get to see when damage is on, and damage is currently on full right now, not on like halfway or whatever, but these guys do run it on full just for the excitement of the racing that we have, and that does actually make them have to be very, very careful on track as they go. We got race leader Beer into the pits here right now, and he's already back out. No, sorry, he's not out as yet. Where is he right now? Here he is, and he's going on to the soft tires to get back out. Now remember guys, super soft tires are a bit faster than the soft tires, so they started the race on that just to try and get a bit of an advantage as they got to start going, and then we got the soft tires. They're getting onto that now to try and go to the end of the race probably on those. Not sure if they're going to do another pit stop or not, but we'll see how that works. Hey Gamer, thank you for another donation, man. You are killing it out there. Thank you very much for that, really appreciate it. Yes, scientist. Infamous is out as well. I really didn't notice that when he was out. I actually noticed when J Sarge went off that he went out. I don't know if he went off at the same time that happened. I was trying to focus on what was going on with the 3-4 cars that we had battling it out. But I'm not sure if you guys noticed watching right now if Infamous went out at the same time J Sarge did, or if that happened just about a lap or two before that. I'm not sure. But I know when J Sarge went, because we were following with that battle there when he did end up in the barrier there and just lost the car. And the entire suspension, I think, just broke off. So that's end of the race for him. Let's continue on through, though, as we got a bit of a mix-up grid right now because majority of our cars took pit stops, went onto the soft tires here, and we're still going to continue on going. So as it is right now, John Bantering now leads the Singapore Grand Prix with Laurentio taking over second place after his pit stop. Callum there now in P3, Ace versus King goes P4 now. Bollocks now up into 5th, and Beer running in 6th. I remember Beer was leading this race, and we got Destino now down to 7. King's there into 8. Roller Harvey now running 9. He started the race in 7, had a bit of a bad start, and is going to continue on through there now. Hey, Beauty 1986. Oh, Infamous went out on lap 1. Okay, I didn't see that happen. Sorry about that. I was just checking something on the Discord there as well. Yeah, guys, so thanks for that information. So, we just got that confirmed. So, Infamous did go out on lap 1. Unfortunately, I did not see that, so my apologies on that. We didn't see when J Sarge went out, so that's what caused the safety car that we're currently under here right now. We're going to get back racing in just a bit. So, we had a number of... penalties, Gamer. Yeah, we do tend to put penalties on a few times during the race. I do tend to put it on a few times. We can have a look at that right now, actually, if you guys want to have a look at what the penalties are like. There's quite a few penalties here at the moment. Let's have a look at what penalties are. So that's what penalties are out there right now. Those 5-second penalties, if these guys decide to do another pit stop, that's going to be served under the pit stop. They can do a 5-second stationary stop there, and then the pit crew works on the car and gets the pit stop done. But it does cost them a bit of time, but that is if they do another pit stop or not. But if they don't do another pit stop, then that 5 seconds gets added to the race time at the end of the race and could cost them a position, as we know how it goes usually. Now 11 seconds there for Royal Harvey is going to have to be very careful. Now remember guys, when it gets to a certain point of the penalties are adding up to a total amount of I forgot how many it actually is, but you can get disqualified from the race for getting too many penalties. It does happen. We've seen it happen in races before, and it's something drivers have to think about when they're doing it, because really and truly, it really kind of happens in league racing, but it can actually end up happening, so they have to be a bit careful with that. Now we can see a lot of lights on around the track, guys, but it's still during the day. I think with the conditions here, I'm not sure if that was allowed to be changed, or we'll have to have that changed maybe next time if it can, because around Singapore it is usually a night race around here when we do have the Formula 1 race, but I guess with Formula 2 it's around the day. Yep. And we will bring up back penalties before we get to the end of the race. As usual, I tend to bring them up on the very second to last lap, or at least the last lap, so you guys have a look on how these guys are going to cross the line and how things are going to change in terms of position. So John Banter still leads this race. Under the safety car, we're still continuing. Beer was our race leader from the start. He is now down to 6 after his pit stop. We still got everyone who's on the super stop still have to do a pit stop right now. So we have John Banter, we got Callum in 3rd, we got Ace in 4th, and we got King Schemo there in 8th. They all have to do a pit stop still in this race at some point, because they're still running on the tires. They started the race in there at the moment, so they're still going to have to do that at some point here coming up very soon. So we'll see when they decide to do their pit stop, because they have not pitted under the safety car. I think everyone's done their pit stop and they're planning to go to the end of the race probably on those soft tires that are currently running there. We'll see how that works out for them though. Unfortunate that we know we have 2 drivers out of the race. It's something I really don't like to see happen. You know, you do feel for the drivers sometimes that they're out of the race, they're not able to finish the race. Both J Sarge and Infamous will be in the sprint race coming up just after this 17 laps it gets over with. We get straight into that sprint race. It's going to be a little bit shorter and a lot more fun as well to watch as well, and it's going to be right here on the same track. So we look forward to that, to see how that's going to go in just a bit. But for right now, we got about 10 more laps to go with this feature race that we're on here right now. Just in case you guys are not familiar with it, for Formula 2 it's usually just 2 races, and we'd have to do the feature. We do a feature race with this league, and then we do the sprint race, so that's kind of how we tend to have it. But we do 50% so with this league, so that's how it goes down. I think it probably will be maybe somewhere around 13-14 laps for the sprint race on average. I'm not sure. I have scientists in here, maybe he'll know a little bit better than me of how much laps that sprint race is going to end up being, with this lap being 17. I'm not sure how much it is in terms of that. I'm a little more familiar with the Formula 1 races, how many laps we get on a 50%, because I've done so many of those throughout the seasons that we've done with all the leagues so far. But so far so good with this. So let's see. Everyone's gotten a bit bunched up back. That's what tends to happen with a safety car. Everyone just gets back very close to each other. And there we have it. Safety car is going to be in on this lap. We're about to get back racing at the end of lap 7 here. I'm going to go into lap 8 and get back to racing. Yep, gamer, it just actually showed at the bottom of the screen there. I guess you sent that message before that information actually popped up. So usually it shows you when the guys just enter into sector 3 of the track. That's when it shows you if the safety car is going to go in or not. So that's how around where I usually pay attention at the bottom of the screen to see when that graphic comes up. But yeah, we're getting back racing at the end of this lap here right now that we're currently on. So let's see how that restart is going to go. Remember, John, Callum, and Ace there. They're on the tires that they started the race on. So a bit older are those tires right now. And Bollocks, Beer, and Desinio are on the fresher tires down at the back. Actually, Bollocks is not on that fresher. He started on the soft tires, apparently. Looks like he started the soft tires, and someone is going into the pits. That's Callum into the pits there right now, taking a very late pit stop. Let's get on back out front and see what's happening with the front of the grid as everyone's getting through turn 1 here right now, and seems to get through pretty cleanly. Let's have a look at the middle of the grid though and see how that's gonna go on through. I don't see any incidents happening so far. No contact between any one car. I think we have a few cars in front going side by side. That's Beer and Bollocks there probably, and yep, Beer is trying to go on the outside and gets up a position up into P3. He goes. Desinio's look like he's getting a by. Bollocks there as well on that straight, has a lot more straight line speed to work with, and he gets up into P4 at the moment. And John having some problem out front trying to keep ahead of Ace versus King there. So he might be losing that position as well if he's not careful right now. We're trying to focus a bit on the front of the grid, see what's happening here. But so far so good with the restart after that safety car there. Everyone's still running. I don't think any damage was taken in the race. But Bulltex and Slayer down in the back, they just done a switch for 7th and 8th. And we're trying to have a look. Beer's really trying to get by Ace here to trying to get up into 2nd place. But Ace is trying to a bit worried. He's trying to get up into 1st place in the race right now and trying to get by by. Looks like he might push on through. Let's see how that's actually going for him here right now. So I think he's hoping for John Banter to make some sort of mistake so he can have that. But Beer is coming right up to the rear of him. He's going to try and go side by side here right now. Looks like he might be getting by. Trying to go around the outside. And, oh, that's actually quite close between them. No one goes wide, and they keep it on track and keep it clean going on through. We got Desinho coming just behind there as well, and he's trying to get up a position. Now going side by side with Ace as Beer gets up into second place and gets freely up. So pretty good overtake from him. And we're going to follow on with the signal here as he's going to chase down Beer now for that position. Ace has fallen down a few tenths down behind. He's now a second behind Desinho. And Desinho is like right up to the rear of Beer's car right now. He's going to try and go side by side into the final turn with him. And someone is probably going to the pits. I think that's John Barter doing his pit stop now because he did not pit under the safety car there. So we got Desinho and Beer going side by side down the pit street. There's a bit of a drag race getting down into turn one, and Desinho gets up into the lead of the race, puts Beer down into second, and a great overtake move done by him. So I don't know where he got that kind of pace from, but he got it by and up into first place. But actually was pretty good on here, a pretty good move done. And let's keep this going here. So let's see what's happening down the back. Ace is still chasing down these guys right now. He's 1.7 seconds behind, and Ian is actually getting pretty close to him. So it looks like Ian might be trying to get up for a position here as well. And let's see how that's going to work out. I think he was having a little bit of a look on the inside, but didn't really want to force it as yet. Beer here trying to fight it back for the lead of the race right now. We got a yellow flag in sectors 1 and 2. I think the car is just getting off track. Somebody's off track. It might be Royal Harvey down at the back there. I'm not sure. I'm trying to have a look on who that was. But he's gotten back going, and Deacon gets another penalty there as well. So these penalties are really going to add up at the end of the race. Let's see how this continues on through. There's going to be a lot of excitement going on for the next 8 laps we have remaining in this feature race here right now, because Beer is now lost about 4/10 of the time that he had on this signal. Oh, and he has a spin. Beer spun around. He's reset it back on the track, and he's going to get back going again. I'm not sure if that reset on track was legal or not. If that was not, it is going to be reported probably as a penalty. I'm not sure by drivers that saw that happen behind of him. But we got Ian now getting past Ace, and he's up into P3. He's going to chase after Beer now for the next position, but onto a podium position already for him. And let's see how that's going to work out, because he is catching up pretty quickly. And Beer, because of that spin, he's lost a lot of time to the senior who's in the lead of the race right now. 3.8 seconds is the gap between them. He's going to have to try and catch back up as much as he can, if he can right now. It's going to be a bit of a difficult call for him, but he's going to have to be a little bit more worried about Ian, who's under a second behind him here right now and trying to catch back up. And the senior out front now gets a fast lap of 153.594, so he is running pretty well out front in that clean air. And DRS has now been enabled back by race control, so it's going to be a bit interesting to see with the DRS advantage how that's going to work. But let's get that start on screen actually, so you guys can see when DRS is being used or not here. And we got Royal Harvey out of the race there right now. Where has that happened? Let's have a look on track with John Banter's car, as we'll probably be able to see what happened to his car here. And looks like that happened down there in sector 3. As you can see, the car stuck on track there right now. I think he might have been thrown into the barrier just a bit. I'm not sure if that happened on his own or if that was an incident involved with another car, but it seems to just be a yellow flag, and we're over with that already. No VSC or safety car for that. We're going to continue on through with the race as a regular here. And we got CDM is up into P4, 1.8 seconds behind Ian though, but a bit of a gap starting to build out front. Slayer here running in P5. He has a half a second gap to catch up to CDM and try to get by. Let's see if he's going to get that overtake done or not, because he's got a pretty close gap. We got Beer up front. He's trying to catch back up to the senior, but having a bit of a hard time with that. 3 seconds is that gap. I'm not thinking he took any damage, but he might be having some trouble trying to catch back up. Let's see what that's going to work out for him. We still have penalties being handed out to drivers here at the moment, and that's going to continue on through a little more, because it is a bit of a tight track. Now we're still following on with Slayer here right now. Let's get on board with him for just a bit actually and have a look on how this is going. And now, as you can see on board from Slayer's point of view here, how tight this track is all around is very difficult, quite a bit like how Monaco and Azerbaijan is, but I'm not sure which one you consider to be the most difficult here right now. Okay, so let's continue on through right now. About a 2 to 2.5 second gap between most of our drivers out front, as we can see there right now. We still got Slayer under a second though behind CDM as he continues on through. And yep, there is quite a difference, a noticeable difference in the sound of the car engines between the F2 cars and the F1 cars on the game here, which is always lovely. We I know a lot of drivers like to tend to listen to the song of these engines as they go around. So yep, and we can actually hear a difference in the different car songs as we switch between them. If you switch on through between different team cars, there's always a difference in the sound of the engine, which is always lovely to hear, and you can hear it on the Formula 1 game as well when you do switch between the cars. So let's have a look. This Sinio leading out front here, quite a comfortable lead he has of 2.5 seconds against Beer, who is actually now starting to catch up a little bit on him. But let's see how that's going to work out, because they're going to continue on. We're on lap 11 running of 17 right now, which means it's just about 6 more laps to go, 6 to 6.5 more laps, we'll say, to go in this race. I'm going to get back down to Slayer here. He's still chasing down after CDM. Oh, and CDM has a spin. He's into the wall down there. He's going to try and get back around. I might have taken some damage on the car. Yep, he did take damage. He's missing an end plate on that front wing. I'm not sure how bad the damage is, but he might have to do a pit stop depending on how much damage he took there. If that's in the yellow, orange, or red, I'm not sure. But does seem to be a bit of severe damage taken on that car. He's going to have to definitely probably do a pit stop. I'm not sure if he's going to push on through the rest of the race that way. But that puts Slayer up into P4 right now. And yep, very difficult to still drive along this track, especially with the settings that these guys drive with. Unfortunately, gamer, we're not able to see how much fuel is left in the cars. We do sometimes tend to get to see a graphic down at the bottom there where that speed is showing and the gears are changing. When the guys are running low on fuel, that's going to come up to the end of the race actually there. But unfortunately, we're not able to see how much fuel these cars have, or those settings that we would like to. I think there is something that we can use to see that, but I think you got to usually pay for it or something. I'm not sure what it is, but there are some other ways of having information being provided to you, but unfortunately for those settings, to see fuel usage right now, we're not going to be able to see that. Or in terms of tires, we're not able to see how much percentage is left on the usage of the tires as the guys are driving around, depending on how much they're doing tire saving or not. But they're able to see that on their end. Fortunately for them, they're able to see it, but we can actually estimate the tire usage based on the amount of laps is actually done on the tires, and the way these guys are driving, we can actually say how much laps more these tires might be able to last, depending on how much we know about that. But oh, on these settings here, no, we're not actually able to see the fuel usage of that. We're able to see penalties, we're able to see tires, we're able to see pit stops and position changes. That's about it for that one there. This is just gap that we're able to see between the drivers and the fastest lap, and leave the gap away from the leader and whatnot. That telemetry here is about just being enabled and disabled, just to see that there. We have a little more information when it's the Formula 1 cars on the end, because we get to see a few more things. Unfortunately, this is what we work with the F2 game here. So that's just about it with the information that we do tend to have. Let's get back to tires to see what's happening. We're going to switch back to penalties again. Yeah, there's a way to do it, but not directly on the game as we have it here to be able to see that. Unless I probably pause the, bring up the pause menu, maybe there's something to see there, but I usually don't do that. And I'm even afraid to just press that button there right now. Usually if we go here, we're able to see a few things in terms of a little more information. We see incidents and pit stops and whatnot here, and what sort of damage these guys had to repair and whatnot. This does provide a little more information. There are some other ways of getting information here as well. I'm looking into getting some of that right now as well, before we get the new game get out in a few months time. So I want to get that happen before, but I'm looking into getting ways of getting a few more information up on screen when we're doing the stream, just to in terms of tire wear and fuel usage. It's usually nice to get all of that. Alright, where are we right now? So we're following over Laurentier here right now, P5. He's chasing after Slayer, who's lost a bit of time. So leader is still continuing this race. Oh, CDM is out. Unfortunately for him, he's out, and that's a safety car. I'm not sure what happened to his car down wherever he got out. I'm trying to follow that on track here right now. I might have lost a bit track of him down in the back there. I think he might have, did he retire in the pits? It looks like CDM might have retired in the pits. I'm not sure. I think he had a bit of an issue and he retired in the pits there. You'll donate at every safety car. Then I have to tell these guys to keep costing safety cars in the race. Okay, so GTF Fanatic gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. That is one of the penalties that does actually tend to kind of hamper a race a little bit for a driver when you do have a a drive-through penalty under the safety car, because you can't serve the drive-through penalty during the safety car. You have to wait until the safety car is over and then actually serve that drive-through penalty, which is kind of what causes you to lose a lot of positions in a race. We'll see how that goes. Thank you once again, Gamer, for another donation. I think that's your third donation in the stream so far. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate the support that you're putting out. So in case you guys don't know what's happening right now, Gamers actually plan to donate every single time we have a safety car in this race, and we're on lap 14 of 17 going with the feature race right now. We got a sprint race after, so he's going to be donating every time we have a safety car. So I guess these guys might have to cause a safety car for us to get a donation on every few laps here right now. But of course, not so much fun running a race under a safety car. So we're hoping that we get a few more laps of racing after this one goes away. Hopefully the safety car goes away very quickly, because we're on lap 14 right now of 17. We're on the very edge of the race here right now, getting to the end, and we just want to see some exciting racing at this point. Nobody wants to see a safety car at this point here right now, so hopefully the safety car goes in pretty quickly. So let's have a look out front, see what's happening. So this senior is still leading this race as we have it there. We're going to put penalties on as we go through that here at the moment. And we still have GTF Fanatic with that drive-through penalty. And I know you're not joking there, Gamer. I really do appreciate it though. But yeah, let's go through the grid as we have it right now. Destino still leading, Beer in second, Ian running third right now, Slayer running in fourth. We got Spooner running in fifth, but with a 10-second penalty. That's going to cost him a lot. And then GTF Fanatic currently in sixth, a really good position in this race, but he has a drive-through penalty. That's going to hurt his race just a bit here. And we're so close to the end, so he doesn't have a lot of time to actually get back up a few positions after he does that drive-through penalty. And if he doesn't do the drive-through penalty, he's going to get disqualified from the race either way. So he's going to have to do it just after the safety car goes in. And the Rentier there running P7, a pretty good position, doesn't have a penalty, so looking pretty good of getting up another position there. Then we got Callum there in 8th, he has a 3-second penalty. Ace in 9th has a 3-second. John in 10th, 3 seconds. And Boltex in 11th has 3 seconds as well. Lando there in 12th has no penalty, so he needs to get as close as he can right now to Boltex to get a position up before the end of the race. Bollocks there, 20-second gap on a 3-second penalty. Wayne 3 seconds, and the Cunner there in 15, another 3-second penalty as well. So far so good in this race, I gotta tell you. It's been quite interesting with the way this race started off. Quite a few drivers out of the race, so unfortunately CDM, Royal Harvey, Frenzy, J Sarge, Infamous, and King Schemo out of this race. And King Schemo was disqualified from the race there. I'm just noticing that he was disqualified, and there are only about 2 things you get disqualified from a race for. That first one is just getting too many penalties, and the second one is if you're being parked. If you parked your car in a portion of the track or in a part of the track that you're not supposed to, if you kind of drive the wrong side on the track or reverse on, well, actually more than a few things, I guess. If you do reverse on the track a little too much, they actually just disqualify you from the race, because you're not supposed to do that. It's quite dangerous to actually do it. We might be able to break a record on you with the donations here, Gamer. I'm not sure. Let's see what's going to happen. Remember, we do have another race coming up just after this one on the same stream. It's not a separate stream on this one. We do have 2 races on this one stream for the league. It's one race happening. Well, it's just 2 races. That's how the F2 races go. It's a feature race and a sprint race. And the sprint race is going to be much shorter though. About 12 or between 12 to 14 laps maybe. Somewhere around there is probably going to be. So it's going to be a quick race with that one getting through. Hopefully that one gets through pretty well as well. Oh, he was disqualified for ignoring the yellow flags. So quite a few things you can get disqualified under a safety car for. And unfortunate for him, he's going to have to deal with that there. So I think usually the graphics shows at the bottom of the screen when they get disqualified for, but I don't think I was paying attention to that at the time there. So let's see when GTF Fanatic will get to do his drive-through penalty. That's going to be probably at the end of this lap. I think we're only going to have about 2 laps of racing, guys, because hopefully we're going to go in to the pits. The safety car is going to go back into the pits on this lap here. We're about to enter into sector 3, so we're going to have a look at that here right now. Let's see if the safety car is about to go in. I think it should be going in on this lap here. There we have it. So safety car is going to be in on lap 15. We have lap 16 and 17 of racing to look forward to. That's going to be 2 laps, and it's going to be 2 exciting laps, because what's going to happen here is that these guys are going to be pushing like crazy, trying to keep their positions and trying to get a position up, since they have such a close gap to each other, just to get to the end of the race. And of course, these guys with the penalties are going to be pushing as much as they can as well. Unfortunate though for GTA Fanatic, he's going to have to do his drive-through penalty within the final 2 laps of the race, and that's going to cost him just a bit. I don't know if he's going to do it on, well, I think he's going to have to do it on lap 16, either lap 16 or lap 17. That's only 2 options he has. So we'll see when he decides to do that. Well, I don't know if at this point it's even going to be possible to have. If we do have another safety car here, that means the race is going to be finished under a safety car, which is, I've never actually had a Formula 1 or Formula 2 race on a stream finish under a safety car before. If that does happen, that's going to be the first time I've had that happen here. But we're about to get back racing here right now. Remember, no racing until they get across that white finish line there. So they have to get across the line before they actually do any overtake on each other here. So everyone's getting through pretty well so far. Let's have a look along in the midfield, see how he's getting through with everyone. And so far so good with that restart. I don't see any major incidents. No position changes either since we've gotten started back with the race here, and that safety car went in. We're going to continue on here right now. Let's get out in front with Beer chasing down the senior for the lead of the race. He has 2 laps to get that overtake done if he wants to take the race win here right now. And let's see if he's going to get to do it. But the senior running pretty well in front of him, and he's going to try and cover him off every time he tries to get by. Let's see how that works out for him though. Oh, and we got GTA Fanatic going a bit wide there. I think he lost the position to Laurent here, and he does have to do his drive-through penalty. So let's have a look when he's going to be doing that as well. Oh, and Bultexing seems to be battling out with Landobot down the back. Let's have a look on how that's happening. So it looks like Bultexing got the position up. We got a yellow flag somewhere. Bultexing has spun around. Spooner is out of the race. Where did that happen? I'm not sure as yet. Trying to have a look. I think we can have a look from this point. Somewhere right around here. That is Spooner's car there, and he is out. That entire suspension is gone. And that's just going to be a yellow flag, unfortunately, given not another safety car. We're going to continue on through with the race here right now. Still on lap 16 going through. We're about to get into the final lap of this race very, very soon. And we're going to bring penalties on the screen so we can have a look at that. We know GTA Fanatic has to do that drive-through penalty, and he's going to have to do it on this lap here, or he will get disqualified from the race, because I don't think he's going to be allowed to do it on lap 17 itself. I'm not sure. Is that allowed? Is he going to be allowed to do a drive-through penalty on the final lap of the race? I'm not sure about that, because he does have to drive all the way through the pit lane. So I think he has to do it on this lap, or he might get disqualified. I'm not 100% sure on that, guys, but we'll see how that works out. As Beer is getting very close after the senior right now. Looks like he's going to try for an overtake, but they're trying to decide where to go here right now. The senior covers off both the inside and the outside just by switching around, and looks like he's pushing on the inside of turn 2 and going through here right now. And let's see if he gets on through. They go side by side right now, and I'm trying to have a look if GTA Fanatic is doing his pit stop there or not. I'm sorry, his drive-through penalty. If he's serving that as yet or not, I'm not sure. But I don't think he did. I think he continued on through the race. So let's see if he's going to be allowed to do it on the final lap of the race. He might just be able to do it there. Beer goes a bit wide here right now. Didn't take a penalty, fortunately for him. He's still chasing on the senior, going all the way to the finish line here right now. They're in sector 2 of this track and running. After this is just one more sector, and we get to that finish line and we see how that finishes off. And if either one of them are going to get a penalty, we'll have a look at that. Looks like Lando is going to get a position up on John there for P5, since he has a 3-second penalty. John has a 3-second penalty, so that's going to change that around just a bit. And I think most of the other drivers are going to finish right where they are, except for GTA Fanatic there, who's fallen down to 9th position right now. And Ian getting very close up behind Beer. I think he made a bit of a mistake, because he's lost a few tenths to the senior here right now, who's continuing on with the lead of the race. So Ian here in 3rd place at the moment, chasing down Beer. He's trying to get that position up before we get to the finish line. It is possible still at this point. There's a few more turns to go. Beer could make a mistake, or even the senior could make a mistake at this point in the race. We'll have a look and see how they continue on through with that. But getting right up to the final sector here right now, getting through. And just a few more turns to go, and we'll be at the end of the feature race here, guys. So lap 17, final lap of the race, and we got a quite exciting battle going on out front for the lead of the race here right now. And Beer is getting back very close up behind Desinio as they go around the final turn here right now. Looks like it's going to be Desinio taking pole position for the feature race for here at Singapore for round 7. So that's Beer getting second, Ian gets third. We got Slayer coming around for P4. We got Lando taking P5, and John Matter takes 6, Ace takes 7, Bultexing takes 8. GTA Fanatic going in for his drive-through penalty right now. And let's see how he gets that position up here right now. So Bottle takes 8, Bultexing takes 9. Oh, and a bit of a switch. Laurentier takes 9, Bultexing takes 10, Callum takes 11. GTA Fanatic crosses the line in the pit lane, and this is the first time I'm seeing this happen. And goes across the line for 12 there. Deacon is going to come around. He's going to finish there for 13, and Wayne there finishing 14. And I think they should keep that position. Let's see. No, it's not going to keep it because GTA Fanatic finished in the pit lane way down there. Now he's getting back out on track. So that's a bit of a switch. That was not because of penalties. I'm not sure. We'll see how that worked out. But that was quite an interesting race. Quite a finish. And Landobot gets driver of the day. And congratulations to Desinio for getting a race win. And Beer taking second place in that race. Ian takes third. That was our podium finishers there. That was quite an exciting race from these guys. Let's have a look at one last look at our results for the feature race, and then get straight into the sprint race. So let's have a look at the results here right now. Alright, so it looks like Lando took fastest lap in the race. Desinio took P1. Beer finishing second. Ian finished third. Slayer finished fourth. Lando finished fifth. Got fastest lap in the session. We got John Batter takes 6. Ace takes 7. Bollocks takes 8. Laurentier finished 9. Bultexing finished 10. Callum finished 11. Wayne there finished 12. Decona finished 13. CTF Fanatic 14th, unfortunately for him. And then we got Spooner there 15, CDM 16, Royal Harvey 17, Frenzy 18, J Sarge 19, Infamous 20th, and King Simo 21st position. Unfortunately, quite a few drivers were not able to finish this race. And that are our results there right now for the feature race. We're going to head straight into the sprint race right now, guys. And let's look forward to that, because that's going to be quite an exciting one to get done there as well. But yep, Lando getting fastest lap, not too bad at all, and driver of the day for him. So 2 accomplishments for the day for him. Just one more if you had gotten on the podium. That was been a pretty good one. But let's see how they're going to do on the sprint race coming up right now. The sprint race here right now is going to be a 12-lap race as they get started on the formation lap here right now. I did forget again, once again, that the formation lap is now on for the session. So everyone's going to get around and just for one lap and have everything get up to temperature before we do get started with the race there, guys. And we're going to keep position changes on for the start of the race. And I don't think we really need telemetry on. We're going to keep that off as it is there right now. Alright guys, so let's have a look at what our starting grid looks like for the sprint race here. So we got Bollocks is going to be starting on pole position here. We got A starting in second. John Banter is going to start there in third. Lando starting in fourth. Slayer starts fifth. Ian is going to start sixth. Beer starting 7th. Desinio starting 8th. Laurentier starting 9th. Bultexking is going to start 10th. Callum is going to start 11. Wayne starts in 12. Decuna starts 13. GTA Fanatic is going to start 14. Spooner there starts 15. CDM is going to start 16. Royal Harvey starts in 17. Frenzy starts in 18. J starts 19. And Infamous is going to start 20th, with King Schema starting in 21st position there. They just tend to get disqualified from the formation lap. It depends on what they do during the formation lap there, gamer, that tends to happen. But it really doesn't matter. He still is going to get the start right there in 12th position when they do that. If you do something during the formation lap you're not supposed to or allowed to, the game actually just disqualifies you and puts your car back onto the starting grid. If you look on the starting grid where the flag is there, you'll see that there's a car there. That's where his car is. So they just put you back there because they don't want you like messing around and doing stuff you're not supposed to on the formation lap. I think that's why they usually do that. So the rest of the grid will get on through pretty well and get through around. I don't think anyone else is doing anything. Oh, Royal Harvey now gets disqualified as well. I think it just kind of depends what's happening on track. It's quite a few different reasons actually these things tend to happen sometimes. Sometimes it's even a glitch happening. We do tend to have glitch lobbies happen a lot of times sometimes as well. But that's kind of annoying to deal with because sometimes you have to do a restart and whatnot. So hopefully we don't have any of that happening here. But I think we're getting, oh yeah, we're getting to sector 3 already, about to get around, and everyone's going to be starting right there in the positions that they are. Of course, you can lose your position on the starting grid if you fall all the way back to the back of the grid during the formation lap when you're driving around. So that does tend to happen sometimes. We haven't actually seen that happen before on an esports race here, but hopefully everyone gets through pretty well. But yeah, we have our car reforming back onto the grid here right now for the sprint race for the Singapore Grand Prix. So it should be an interesting start once again. We'll see how well these guys get. You know, remember, it's not, the feature race was 17 laps. It's going to be 12 laps here for the sprint race to finish this off. And this is going to be a little bit of a shorter race, but it's going to be a lot of fun still to watch these guys get through. I think all our cars, oh, we got 2 cars just about to get sorted on the grid here right now. That's our final car, King Schemo there. He's now getting into his grid slot. And we're just about ready to get started here as the lights are going to start to go off any minute here. And there we go. Alright, so we have position changes on. As you guys can see how position changes as the race gets started. Let's see if Ace gets a good run of Bollocks going into turn 1. And it seems to be kind of half and half between the two of them. Oh, and John seems to be getting side by side there a bit, having a good look and see what's happening. A few cars going a bit wide as well, as everyone seems to get through pretty well. Quite a few position changes happening though during that start off on the race there. So we got quite a few cars going side by side with each other, trying to get that position up here right now. We can see Decenio trying to get by Beer and get up a position on him, but falls down to 8th position here right now. And he has Laurentier, Bultex, Callum, and TTF Fanatic, as well as Deacon, all chasing him down behind. So quite a group of cars to deal with. And we got Beer trying to get around Slayer on the outside. And let's see, looks like he might get the position up and has the inside on the next turn and gets up into 5th place here right now. Puts Slayer down to 6th at the moment and is going to continue on through. So far a good start to this race. We got all 21 drivers still in it on lap 1. Oh, and there we have it. I might have spoken too soon. We got a virtual safety car. Might be for some majority of the debris that's falling on track there right now, with minor contact between cars on the start of the race, because no one is currently out of the race there. So let's try to figure out what caused that safety car there. But just a bit of a crash at the back and between drivers. And we got a penalty with Laurentier. He's all the way down into 21st position right now. Lost almost his entire front wing, I think, from what we can see. Let's have a look at that. Yep, so he's lost majority of his front wing, but he's still going. And he's still going to continue on. So we might have to do a pit stop there, though. Alright, so let's get back to the front of the grid, because that VSC is going to be over very, very soon. Before we even finish this lap, that's going to get over with. And we're going to get back to racing. The Bollocks continues to lead this race with Ace in 2nd. John Banter running in P3 right now. And Lando running there in P4 right behind him, trying to chase him around for that position as he guys are there. Yep, so there you have Lando chasing down. Oh, and Lando gets up. Is the leaderboard just mixed up, or what's happening there right now? I think the leaderboard is just mixed up a little bit right now. So let's just ignore that for a second, because I know Lando is running down there in 4th. I don't know why it's showing it that way for a second there. So we're going to have to hope that that little glitch sorts itself out pretty shortly. And let's just see what's happening the rest of it. And there we go, it's sorting itself out right now. Yep, as we can see, the leaderboard is still getting mixed up. That is a bit of a glitch that happens there, Gamer, because game does have a lot of glitches still happens, and they're not fixing it for some reason. Hopefully the new one that comes out in about June, I think, or July, does not have this sort of issue, because it's really annoying to deal with on the online races here as well. So let's see what's happening. Yeah, so Lando is in 4th. He's still chasing down John Banter there for that position, but John is chasing down Bollocks for a position as well. So a bit of a close gap between these 4 cars as we go on through. Oh, and that is, I think, Lando trying to push it on the inside. And let's see if he gets that position up. No, he has to hold it back there in P4 right now. And he's still going to continue on through. Decenio and Slayer switching positions down in the back. And the Slayer is trying to get back that position, but unfortunately not a gap to go on as yet. So he's going to have to hold it back there now for at least. We got a few cars going side by side here right now. We have a minor contact, I think, between Lando and Bollocks, as Bollocks has fallen down a few positions here, apparently filing it out front, as the Ace now leads the race, with John now running second, Lando running P3, and Bollocks now runs P4. Going down to Lando here, he's chasing down John, trying to get up into second place in this race, and let's see how that goes. Hey Gamer, another donation from Gamer there. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you supporting all the way through this race going on through. So that's quite a few donations from him so far. At least I think that's his 4th donation during this stream that we've been on so far. So 4 donations from Gamer there. And he's donated because of a virtual safety car on this account. He said he would donate on every safety car that we had, and he's doing it on the VSCs as well. So thank you very much for doing that. And we're continuing on here with Lando right now, chasing down John, trying to get up into second place in the race here right now. And let's see if he's able to get that position up on the MP Motorsport driver. He's pushing it on the inside, and he's going to have the outside around the next turn and might have that position up. But he's pushing side by side, and he's going to go a bit wide and still pushing on through, though, not giving up as yet. Let's see, he's going to push on through on the inside here, and looks like he might be able to squeeze him off and take the position away. Actually, they're still going side by side, so John is not giving up that position for absolutely no reason right now. He's going to hold on for life, and looks like Lando is getting up the position because he has much more straight line speed and gets up into second place. That's a pretty good fight John put up, though, to try and keep the position, and that's John down to P3. Beer is now in P4 in front of Desinio, and he's going to chase down John and try to get his position if at all possible here. Let's see how that's going to go, because quite a close gap between these guys as we have it here right now. I think Beer is looking to get by. He might try to take it on the inside, and he's going to force it on through and push it through. He has a bit of a gap to work with, a bit of minor contact between the two cars, and he gets on through. But is he able to keep the position? Unfortunately, no. He has to hold it back in P4 as yet. Desinio coming up right up to the rear of Beer's car, though, so he's going to look to get up a position there as well. Quite a close fight between these three for P3 at the moment. Final podium position in the race, and we're only on lap 3 of 12 going on through. And this is quite a bit of excitement. It's always a bit of excitement with L2S F2 Esports League on the Tuesdays when you have this F2 race going on. Every single Tuesday is always something like this going on track. We always have 21 drivers, and we always got a battle happening somewhere on the track. If it's not one place, it's at least 2 or 3 different battles sometimes are happening in these races. Let's get on through with Desinio here. We're following on board with him at the moment, and let's see what's going to happen with John and Beer out front, because they're still fighting it for that position. I got Ian and P12 fighting it off with J Sarge. He has about a half a second gap, trying to get up that position if he can. And let's see what's happening out front, because Lando here is trying to get up a position into the race lead right now. Goes side by side with race leader Ace and gets up that position. Looks like he's going to get around quite enough of a gap to get around with, and he takes away the lead of the race for the Singapore Grand Prix. Goes into the lead and puts Ace down into second right now. Ace is right behind the rear of his car, though, and still trying to get by Desinio and Beer, trying to fight it out for P4 here at the moment. Let's have a look what's happening with the two of them, and we're trying to switch over between all these battles as much as we can right now to keep everything covered for you guys, so you can have a look on what's happening here. So Desinio still quite a close gap. He's trying to catch up and get by if he can. Ace unfortunately is about half a second behind Lando right now, so Lando doing a pretty good job getting that overtake done and taking away the lead of the race. Ace unfortunately is losing some time right now. He's already 6 tenths behind, and John there, he's trying to keep up, trying to keep his gap under a second if he can. Beer has a 1.6 second behind John. He's lost a bit of time. Desinio is trying to keep up with Beer right now, trying to get up a position on him if he can, but he's doing a good job of keeping the gap where it is, under about quarter of a second actually. And he's going to try and get by at some point here, but let's see how this is going to go on through. And Beer is definitely feeling the pressure now, because he just took a penalty, and that's probably just a 3-second penalty, but still, that's going to cost him in the race here. So that might actually cost him a position here, and I think he's definitely feeling the pressure off of Desinio, though, because and Lando gets fastest lap in the race so far. So far only 2 cars with penalties. We got 2 drivers out of the race. We got Ron Harvey and Laurentier out of the race so far, unfortunately for them, but still we're going to continue on through and see how this goes through here right now. So Desinio still about now it's about half a second. He's lost just a bit of time actually as he's continuing on through right now. We're going to go down to Slayer there in P8 as he's chasing down Bulldogs King, trying to get up into 7th position if he can here right now. We're on lap 5 and running through. We're about to get into the halfway point of the race right now, and going pretty well so far. Only 2 drivers with penalty. We got Wayne Bennett into the pits there right now. He's changing off from the Super Soft. King Schemo there as well in the pits. We got Slayer trying to go side by side with Bulldogs King, trying to get up a position and gets up into P7. That's Bulldogs down into 8 now. And penalties as they are, everyone only has a 3-second penalty so far. King Schemo out of the race, unfortunately, and I think he got taken out somewhere on track. We'll have to have a look and see where exactly that happened there at the moment. So penalties as they are right now. We got Beer in P4 has a 3-second penalty. We got Bulltex King down in 7 has a 3-second. And Callum and Deacon down in the back of the grid. They have 3 seconds as well. And Beer is now doing fastest sector 2 on track. So he's looking good at getting some time gain off of the cars behind of him. That Destino lost a bit of time to him. He's 1.1 seconds behind right now. John Banter takes a 3-second penalty right now. Starting to feel the pressure off of Beer coming onto him. And he's right up to the rear of John's car. So he's looking to get by here as soon as he can here at the moment. And I'm being told someone did get a spin down at the back there, which I didn't really notice at the second. But yep, that does tend to happen sometimes with the settings that these guys drive with. They do tend to drive with majority, well, or not, if not all, of the assist on the game off. So it's just about them actually keeping full control of their cars. And they will lose the rear end of the car sometimes when driving because of getting onto that power a little bit too early, especially if they're driving with the all of the settings off. And we got a safety car happening right now. What's happening on track? Something down at the back of the grid, I'm assuming here. Where who's off? Somebody's off track, I think. And we got Slayer having a drive-through penalty under that safety car. So quite a few penalties being handed out in the past 2 laps time. And we got a car into the pits. Who is that? That's Frenzy into the pits. He took some severe damage, I think, or he's just taking a pit stop. I'm not sure. I think he just took a pit stop. And he's getting back out on track right now. But something definitely happened to cause that safety car that happened there. And we have the grid getting back around there right now. They're going to have to drive with a reduced amount of speed right now to get back around and actually follow on with the safety car for just a bit. As we're going to get on through. I think it might be the only safety car in this race. Hopefully it might be so. I'm not sure. We might be expecting a PSC or so maybe later on in the race, depending on how heated things get between drivers here. But let's see how that's going to continue on through as we're currently following on with CDM. But we got Lando leading the race. Let's see when he catches up with the safety car. He is currently getting into sector 3 here right now. And hey there, gamer, another donation. Oh yeah, because of the safety car. He is donating every time we get a safety car or a virtual safety car in this race. So big shout out to Gamer there for this donation. That is his 6th donation, I think, so far. Or is that, yeah, or is it a 5th donation? It's a 5th or 6th donation for him so far. I even lost count. Honestly, he's donated so many times during this stream. I can't keep up with how many times he's actually donated so far. But yep, he's done about, I think, about 5 or 6 donations so far in the stream. Big thank you to him for that and supporting so far. Oh yeah, it is the 5th donation for him so far. So he's donated £5 to the stream so far. That rounds off to about $6, just over $6 in US currency there for me. That is going to show on that that's going to show on my end there for myself. What I'm seeing here, yeah, it's showing $6 on my end. From the £5 that he donated, so just because of the conversion rate with that. So yeah, still thanks very much to him for the donation that he's doing to the channel. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the support that he's putting out during this stream here, guys. He seems to be really enjoying the race streams with the commentary. I don't know how he's enjoying it so much, but he really seemed to enjoying it a lot. And we're gonna continue on to, let's see what's happening. What did I miss so far with this? We had quite a few pit stops happening under the safety car, which was expected. A lot of cars would pit under a safety car. It's like the one way that they actually save time by actually doing a pit stop under a safety car. So that's why drivers tend to do this, or actually wait for a safety car to do a pit stop, because they will save some time and actually save themselves from losing a few positions even sometimes by doing a pit stop that way under the safety car. So let's continue on to, let's see what's happening on front here. So our grid as it is right now, we got Ace into the lead of the race still. At the moment, he's running in the lead. John now running in second there. Beer running in third at the moment. We got Destiny running in fourth. Spooner running in fifth. That's our top five as it goes so far, with Bollocks in sixth, Ian 7, Lando 8 now, CDM in ninth, and Infamous there 10. Boltex King running in 11, Slayer 12, GTF Fanatic there in 13, J Sarge 14, Wayne in 15, Frenzy 16, Column 17, Deacon 18. King's Himo, Royal Harvey, and Laurentier is out, unfortunately. No problem, gamer, go right ahead. By the time you get back, the safety car should be over by then, and you'll get back by the time we get back to racing here. So yeah guys, so as we're having it here going on, so gaps are getting very, very close between drivers here so far, because we're running under the safety car with about 40% less speed, and everyone's having a chance to actually catch back up to the safety car queue before we get this restart going. So those guys doing the pit stops there as well, there are some of the guys there did the pit stop. They went on to the super soft there, so they're looking to try and get a few positions up before the end of the race. We're on lap 7 right now and going through, and I think the safety car is going to come in on lap 8, so we're going to wait for that to happen here. So we might have to go one more lap under the safety car, because it's still right in front of Ace there, as we can see. Let's get on out in front. Yep, and we're following on with Ace as he chases, well, he's not chasing around, just following around with the safety car. And then we're going to see a lot of weaving happening on track here, as these guys are going to try. And that was pretty fast there, gamer. So you're back. Yeah, but we got one more lap to go under the safety car here, and we're already into that lap. So the end of lap 8, that safety car should be going in, I'm assuming. Safety car tends to stay out on track for about 3 laps. That's the average. They stay out for about 3 laps so that the marshals can get everything cleared off the track, and then we get back to racing. So it's kind of how I average how it goes. But when it's very close to the end of the race, sometimes they do 1 lap less than usual, just to try to get more racing in. You canceled F1 TV subscription, really? Well, I hope you enjoy watching the races here, because we do have multiple races happening during the course of a week here, man. It's almost every single day except for Saturdays. I don't stream on Saturdays because of my work schedule, so I'm not able to stream on. I do have streams available to do on Saturdays, I guess I'm not able to do it because of the timing. So unfortunate for that, but every single other day of the week I do have streams happening. The timing is on the Discord, so you guys can have a look at that there and see what's happening there. Tomorrow, what do we have happening tomorrow as we're finishing off with the safety car here? So tomorrow we're on with PGL F1 Wednesday League, and that's going to be for the Bahrain Grand Prix, I think it is. And that's going to be a night race, so that's going to be a fun race to watch. I do enjoy it. Let me just have a look. Is it the Bahrain Grand Prix? I'm not even sure. I'm just having a look right now. You do tend to integrate this stuff into my calendar on my phone, so I can actually remember what I'm having to do on different days. Oh no, sorry guys, it's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix tomorrow for PGL. My bad on that. We already did the Bahrain Grand Prix, I think, but I think I missed that race when they actually did it. I'm not sure, but yeah guys, it's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix tomorrow for PGL F1. That's for the Wednesday League, and that's going to be happening at what time that's going to be? That's going to be 7:30 p.m. BST, and that's going to be 2:30 p.m. Eastern time for me. So that's going to be the time for this. So let's look forward to that. And I think if we have everything sorted for NLRL, we should have a race on Wednesday. On Thursday as well. I know we do have a race happening on. We have 2 races happening on Friday. That's APP F1, and next is going to be for RPR, because we have a merger with a league happening there as well. So we're going to see how that goes through. And it seems we're going one more lap under the safety car. It gets a bit annoying under the safety car. Trust me, when you're a driver in an esports race like this, you do not want to be following under a safety car for quite a number of laps. It gets a bit annoying to drive this slow, because you're not allowed to drive faster than the speed that these guys are going with here. If you can have a look at the speed, it's really not a lot of fun. But you got to just keep the car weaving it around, as we can see the guys are doing a bit as they go around, because they'd have to weave around just to keep the tires up to temperature, so they don't get cold. Because if they have cold tires on a race restart, it's just going to cause the cars to spin off, and they're not going to have a pretty good race going on. But these guys know what they're doing. As you can see, he's weaving from side to side on the track here right now, and most of the drivers are going to be doing that as they continue on through. Oh, we did turn telemetry off, did we not? Yep. Yeah, guys, so I think everyone's caught up to every other car on the grid. So we are all 18 drivers right now running within a second of each other on the grid at the moment. And we can see they're starting to weave right now. I think they know that the safety car is about to go in on this lap here. It should be on this lap. If it's not on this lap, something's definitely happening. We're already on lap 9. Hey, come on, we needed to go in right now and get back to racing at the moment. Hey there, Pewdie, 1986. Thank you very much, man, for the donation of 250 pounds there. So he says go on beer and bollocks there. So he's supporting beer and bollocks, and we do have this happening time to time as well, and I do enjoy when that happens as well. We do have people do donations as well to support drivers in the leagues as well. So thank you very much for that. So we got two guys doing donations here today. We got Gamer and we got Pewdie 1986. Hope I said that right. If I did not, my apologies about that. I tend to get names wrong a lot of times, especially with the PSN names that you guys have in the race. It's kind of weird sometimes when you get new names, but I do a general set of leagues every single week on a weekly occasion. I do it with them, so that kind of helps to keep familiar with the names, and they tend to help on sometimes. So thank you very much, man, for the donation of 250 there. And we have Gamer has donated 5 times in the stream already. He's donated 5 pounds so far, and we got 250 donated by Pewdie there. And we're about to get back racing here right now. And thank you, Gamer. Hopefully I did not get it wrong there. So we're about to get back racing here right now. Let's see what's happening on the restart. Getting through turn 1, we got a bit going on between Desinho and Beer. I think here they're trying to get side by side with each other and going through. Beer holds on to P3 so far with Desinho down in P4, and let's see if that's good. These two are going to chase each other around all the way to lap 12. At the end of lap 12, I'm quite sure. It was a bit of a battle between the two of them on the previous race, and there's the same thing going on once again here. Let's see how this is going to go through and finish off though, because a bit of a close gap between both of them, and we got Desinho trying to go around the outside. Ace and John are trying to fight it out for the leader race out front as well. So a bit of a battle going on for P1 and P3 as it is. And John takes over the lead of the Singapore Grand Prix right now. So he's out in the lead, still fighting side by side with Ace. Desinho is still fighting off with Beer there as well. And John takes over the lead. He's holding on to that lead. Oh, and we got 2 cars into the wall along the side. And that's I think that was Beer and someone else who was out there. I'm trying to have a look on who that was. Is the other car going already? Oh, and that was Beer and Ace. Definitely had to be the two of them. So Beer and Ace ended up in the wall. A bit of a collision between, actually a major collision between the two of them. And that is true racing, Gamer. I do enjoy, that's why I enjoy doing these streams so much. It's a lot of fun watching these guys because there's a lot of clean racing going on. And these guys battle so hard that they have incidents like that happen sometimes. It's a bit unavoidable sometimes, but we still enjoy that the racing that they have going through. But incidents like that do tend to get reported at the end of the race, and they have that sorted out within the league there. Alright, so Spooner here and Lando. Let's see what's happening with the two of them. So John still leads the race. Ian now up in the second. CDM running in third. Spooner running in fourth. And John has a penalty out front, so that's going to cost him a little bit. He needs to get above 3 seconds. Let's have a look what that penalty is. It's a 3-second penalty. And he's in a pretty good place right now. He needs to get 3 seconds ahead of Ian in order to keep the race win here right now. He's going to lose it. Let's have a look if he's going to be able to do that or not. Slayer running just behind Spooner here, and he's trying to get, but he looks like he gets by already up into P4. That's Spooner down into P5 and about to lose it to Jay Sarge, who gets up into P5 right now. That's a yellow car for Jay Sarge. He gets up into P5, but Spooner down to 6 right now. Spooner lost about 2 positions in less than a sector, I gotta say, on track. And GTF Fanatic and we got Lando here fighting it out as well. Now, this has been a heck of a sprint race going on through, I'll tell you that right now. A lot of battles, as we usually have with the Formula 2 races here, but this has been quite a bit excessive going on through in terms of the amount of close racing that we've had in this race so far. We got cars fighting it through. Beer and Ace, as we saw, ended up in a bit of a collision into the wall, fighting it so hard. We got 3 battle going on here right now. 3 cars going down that stretch, trying to get on through, and I don't know if that's going to end well or not. A bit of minor contact between them. I don't think any damage was taken there, but currently is this Senior running in 7, GTF Fanatic in the middle, and we got Lando running in 9, which we're following on with him right now. I'm going to switch on over to GTF and to see how that battle is going on. It's a bit of a train of cars going on through, and Decino is chasing after Spooner right now, trying to go side by side with him. He's going to take the inside and get on through to the next turn, and does go up into P6. That's Spooner down to 7th right now, and that's a pretty good move, getting that overtake done. He's into 6th. We're on lap 11 of 12 in this race going on through. John still leads with that penalty gap. He's lost a bit of it right now, though. Half of that gap is gone away. It's only 1.6 seconds to Ian down in 2nd there. So Ian is going to take away the winner of the race if this continues on that same way. And of course CDM there is just under a second behind Ian as well, so that might be 2 positions down John might end up being if that continues on there. But let's see how that's going to continue on, and for him. And where is Beer? Beer is currently in 16th right now and running. We got a bit of a change happening. So quite a few cars going side by side through this section here, and trying to get up positions if they can. We got CDM. He's under a second behind Ian, trying to keep that gap close as he can there right now, but now they're getting up that position. We're on with Wayne Bennett and GTF Fanatic and Callum all in a battle here, trying to fight it out right now for like P7 and 8 at the moment. We're trying to follow on. Let's go on to GTF Fanatic, and he's chasing down Callum for P8 right now, and got Frenzy coming behind him. So a bit of a battle between them, all 3 of them going on. And Spooner just out front of this, so he's trying to keep his position up there in 7th as well. As we're in the final lap of the race here right now, and Beer has retired into the pits. He's out of this race, unfortunately. He's out of the race, but with nothing we can do about that right now. Oh, and a bit of contact between these 3 cars as they get on through, and they're definitely fighting it through. That's getting a bit excessive there right now, as that's going to put and that's GTF Fanatic out of the race. I'm quite sure that incident is definitely going to be reported on about at the end of the race there. So drivers getting a little bit upset with each other and try to fight it on through for positions. This does tend to happen sometimes, and that's the kind of racing that does tend to happen, and we do get a bit excited about it on our end either way. Let's have a look out front and see what's happening. Oh, we got Jay Sarge and someone is fighting out here as well. John, where is he on track? He's going to get to the end of the race here pretty soon. We're following on with Ian, who's lost 2nd place in the race. CDM has gone up into 2nd and got that position up on fresher tires, so that's helping him there right now. And yep, gamer, that does happen sometimes. We do have drivers who tend to get a bit upset in a race when certain things do tend to happen, and incidents like that do tend to get reported. We do have race stewards in the league. That's going to be taken care of at the end of the session when the race is over between the league drivers themselves. And that is Ian going back into 2nd place. So CDM finishes on pole here because of penalties that John and I think Ian had as well. So Ian takes 2nd place, John takes 3rd, Decino takes 4th, Lando finishes in 5th, and Spooner takes 6th, Frenzy takes 7th, JSR takes 8th, and we got Wayne taking 9th, Dicona takes 11th apparently, Ace goes into 10th, Infamous takes 12th, Callum takes 13, and looks like Slayer takes 13, my bad, it's switching all the way around because of penalties right now. Callum takes 14, and Bulltex King is going to come around. He is going to be finishing this race in 15th position there. So quite a bit of switch happening out at the front of the race. And I got to say, didn't expect CDM ended up getting a P1 in the race. That was a bit surprising to see there as well. But because of penalties that were taken by drivers in front of him, that's why that happened there. So we're going to have one last look at the results here. And then let's see how that goes. So CDM gets a pole position win here on the podium for the Singapore Grand Prix for the sprint race. We're going to have a look at the sprint race result and the total results down at the end, as much as we can there. That was quite interesting of a race though. Yep, that was just a bit of a push, but that's going to be dealt with. We can't really do anything about that. Yep, Harvey, CDM did end up, I'm not sure how he ended up P1. I guess I'm assuming Ian took a penalty there, so let's have a look at that. Did Ian take a penalty at the end? Ian didn't take a penalty, so how did CDM end up getting into the lead? I'm not entirely sure, because we didn't catch fully exactly how that happened there. Hopefully that, I'm not sure, but the guys will sort that through with the stewards if needed there. But so far as the results are showing us, let's have a look at the sprint race results. It's CDM on pole, Ian finishing in 2nd, John finishes 3rd, which is where we expected him to go, Decino finishes 4th, and no John had his penalty, and Decino gets fastest lap in the race as well. Lando getting 5th, Spooner gets 6th, Frenzy gets 7th, J Sarge 8th, Wayne in 9th, Ace vs. King in 10th, Dicona 11, Infamous 12, Slayer 13, Callum there 14, Bulltex King in 15, and GTF Fanatic 16, Beer in 17, Bollocks 18, 19 for King's Chemo there, and 28 for Royal Harvey, Laurentier in 21 position there. This is the race director that we're on here right now. Let's see, we can check this. No, we're not gonna be able to check it because we're off. The drivers might be able to check it on their end. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to figure out what exactly happened there and put CDM into pole position on the race here. I'm trying to have a look to see if we can see anything in the Discord about that there right now. Okay, so I don't have any information on that to provide for us as this time here right now. But yep, has been quite an interesting race, two races we can say for L2S F2 Esports League there. So thank you guys very much for everyone who joined on to the stream here this evening to watch the race with the commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed that very much. And once again, thank you very much to Gamer who has donated so much in this race so far. I'm trying to have a look at all the donations that went through here. Yep, so we had £5 donated by Gamer in the stream during the course of the stream so far. He donated 5 times, £1 each, so that's about £5 from him. And then we had $2.50 donated by Pewdie 1986 there. So thank both of you guys for the donations in the stream so far. Really hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I enjoyed watching that as well. And I hope to see you guys on the next stream that we're gonna have as well. So we got the next stream coming up tomorrow. So hopefully to see you guys again then. Hopefully you guys enjoy that and continue on to watch a channel as we continue to. So thank you guys for the support. And remember guys, please do leave a like on the video before you head off there. And remember, if you're new around the channel here, do subscribe because we have races happening every single day. Someday we have multiple races, except for Saturday. Right now there's no schedule for a Saturday race on my schedule at the moment here. So everyone who is currently joining on the stream, thank you guys once again. Really glad you guys joined on and enjoyed that stream. So I'll see you guys on the next stream there. And Gamer, I'm looking into getting some highlights done for races as well here, so don't worry. Okay, so take care when we're ending off this stream here right now and getting out of the lobby as well.